Okay, good afternoon everyone and welcome to the first of 3 of our sessions today for anyone that's looking forward to applying to our graduate scheme here at Microsoft. So here with us we have 3 grads, Christian, Anita and Lillian. So if you guys could give a brief description about yourselves and everything.
Sure. So I've been at Microsoft for 1 year and 2 months now. I'm a technical evangelist, which is the weirdest title in the world, but I'll try to explain what it is. It's basically everything. So I write a lot of code, I do a lot of presentations, I spend a lot of my time doing some storytelling presentations to tell people about our Microsoft technology, how they can get started with it, and show some real life examples using code of how you can use our technology. And I graduated with a degree in computer science. Anita?
Cool, so I'm an application development consultant / manager. It depends on what week, there's a different title. But I've been at Microsoft for 2 and a bit years now. But what we do is kind of quite similar to what Lillian does, but also from a support perspective. We talk through best practices with customers. We do proofs of concept. We kind of help them to accelerate their kind of development processes and things within their organizations. And I graduated with a degree in physics.
And I'm Chris, I'd like to say. So I'm an application development manager as well, so I'm not going to kind of repeat what everyone said, but I focus a lot on clouds and that kind of technologies, and I've been at Microsoft for just over 2 years as well. And I graduated with a computer science degree like Lily.
I'm the odd one out.
Physics is cool though.
Okay, so thank you guys for that brief introduction. So we're going to get straight into it. Thank you to everyone that actually sent us in questions. So we have a few to start off with. So firstly, what has been one of the most interesting moments you've had here at Microsoft?
It's always interesting. I'll start. My favourite one so far, actually, best experience I've had, was at the start of October. And there was a keynote, there was a Satya event in Dublin, and he did the opening keynote in front of 2,000 people, and I did a part of a closing keynote in front of 2,000 people after Satya. Like, it's crazy. So that was my biggest ever moment on stage. It was cool. It's actually pretty addictive when you start going on stage a lot. It's like, give me more. But yeah, no, it was going on stage after Satya was just, it has to be the biggest thing I've done. It's amazing.
Was Satya the warm-up for you?
Yeah, he was my warm-up. So he was obviously just there for me.
I think for me, it's when you come onto the grad scheme, you're part of this global program and you get to meet people from all across the world. I guess you've been to a couple now. We've just kind of finished the grad scheme now. So I think we've done about 3 or 4 of the different trips and seen grads from across the world, and it's cool just to kind of meet all these different people and learn different people's experiences, I guess.
For me, kind of actually quite similar to Lillian, but less than 2,000 people. I got to go to an internal event in Seattle in summer and talk in front of about 220 people about kind of healthcare and kind of Internet of Things and kind of the way that we can, kind of revolutionize different industries and things like that. And it's something that I get really excited about.
I can see that.
I'm wearing, 3 wearables for this specific reason. But yeah, so, kind of being able to share your passion and kind of, get such a wide audience of people who then kind of, email you going, oh yeah, we're doing projects here that are similar, and let's like kind of meet up, and they're all across the world, and yeah, so this is really cool stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Christian on the whole travelling thing.
Yes.
The amount of graduates, it's crazy how many graduates there are. And you don't realise how much until they ship you off to Orlando with like, what, 1,000 other graduates? And you're all in the same hotel. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sounds cool. So, how is the onboarding process when you came here? How did they kind of settle you in as a new graduate to join Microsoft?
So it kind of varies. Generally for, so the side that the 2 of us were in anyway, I think grads in the year above are kind of responsible for the next year's grads kind of onboarding process effectively. So we kind of had a month of kind of ramp up of training about, kind of talks from executives and kind of high up people in the business explaining what different business areas do, how kind of people collaborate within Microsoft, how to present yourself, kind of both soft skills workshops. We had some kind of little, technology and platform kind of introductions and things like that. But mostly centered around just kind of navigating Microsoft, because it's a massive organization, and coming in from a grad kind of perspective, you haven't dealt with an organization like that before probably. So just that kind of period of time to get to understand the organization was kind of the most important bit, really.
Yeah, and you always have that fun day at the end of the week where you get to do some really crazy stuff. So that's always fun. I mean, I had a similar experience to you guys in the year under. It was pretty much getting a lot of senior leaders in the UK coming over to speak to us about their areas of the business. So I think we had Claire Barkley last year, and I think they had Sydney speak to them this year, who's the GM of Microsoft UK. But after that initial week, so you have that initial week with all the graduates, and then you break off into your departments, and then that's a whole different experience altogether because it's very much department specific. So in DX, it was like, hey, what technology are you interested in? Okay, great, you love machine learning, go learn it, and here are all the resources. Learn it your own way, do it however you want. If you want to do a course, we'll pay for it. If you want to just buy books, we'll buy them for you. Just learn how you learn best. Get up to speed, and then just start talking about it, start making demos, and just start experiencing Microsoft technology in this technology area. So it was a lot of freedom for us. I'm not sure about you guys.
I was going to say, I think I'd just go beyond that, even when you're kind of outside of that onboarding stage, the support you get at this place is just incredible.
Yeah, all the time.
It's such an open place. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? But I think we've asked so many people for help at some kind of different occasion, and we never turned down.
High up in the organisation, you're sitting there going, you're the lead for this product. Hi, I'm a grad, I'm a new, can you help? And literally like, sure, I'll, stick half an hour in my calendar.
I've never spoken to someone for advice, no matter their level, and got turned down. Every single person is always like, more than happy to help, let's catch up for half an hour.
But everything is also very much self-driven. So, if you want to learn something, if you've got, a technology area that you're interested in, or you need to do a proof of concept or a demo or something, you've got to go and do that yourself.
Yeah,
right? So, you'll be provided with materials and the courses if you ask for them, but it's very much kind of you going out and saying, look, I want to do this is what I need, help me do it, rather than them going, you'll do this, here's the stuff to do it kind of a thing. So.
Okay. So a lot of people listening in today are obviously going to apply soon to our scheme, hopefully. So what is one piece of advice that each of you would give them for the actual application process?
The good old days. I think the first piece of advice would be just be the best version of yourself rather than just be yourself. It's not easy, but what would you say? I mean,
I'd say be genuine. Like,
be honest.
Kind of the being yourself bit is really important. I mean, we kind of, I think everyone's been there, it's the whole interview kind of scenario. Just make sure you're not saying something that isn't true because you'll get caught out or something.
I
And
think
show your best kind of piece
best side of
you
yourself,
say.
and be very relaxed as well. I mean, the interviewers don't want you to fail. No one wants you to fail. That's the first thing I learned. So just be yourself. Be very casual. I mean, not very, very casual.
There's casual and there's too casual.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so be kind of casual.
I think the point we're getting at is that whilst you, and this isn't just Microsoft, this is kind of anywhere, you're not just here just to work, you're here to kind of work with people, engage with people, and you've got to work with someone you get on with, right?
And the managers are, they're looking for a type of person to fit into their team.
Exactly.
If you're not genuine about who you are and they hire you on
And
who
then
you pretend to
it's not
be,
gonna
you're not going to fit in with the team, and it's just not going to be good for you or for the team.
It benefits everyone if you're who you are, really. I don't know, other advice for the application process? I'm trying to remember what I was doing back then. If you're applying for the technical stream, I'd say apply, get ready for some technical questions at the assessment centre. You'll probably have
Definitely do
to solve some sort of problem on a whiteboard or something. So make sure you study for that in a way. Not too much. It's not too hard. It's not really difficult.
But
But
coming from a non-technical
like
background.
exactly. So it's nothing really crazy like fix this NP problem. But it's it's basic enough to see that you do know something about
It's
coding,
more
coding
about
and programming.
the way you think
And the way you approach
rather
it.
than the specific questions that you can answer. So they know that you can learn technology. They're more interested in understanding whether or not you've got the right kind of mindset to actually
How
approach
do you
a
approach
problem.
the question?
And I think it's the obvious things as well, like any kind of interview you go for, just make sure that you know the industry, what the company's doing, there's a whole lot of stuff going on in Microsoft right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that will completely vary depending on which part of the organisation you're going into, but try and get a good idea of what Microsoft's doing.
Especially the cloud. If you don't know the cloud, They're not the loudest.
That's pretty big.
It's really big. I think I'd say also research into some new technologies, emerging technology that's really coming.
Come with a passion.
Yeah.
Come with
that's
something that you're really interested in, because this person that's interviewing you will see that. They'll see you light up when you start talking about, I don't know, for me it's like healthcare and technology, for
it was like
machine learning and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, I remember back in my interview at the assessment centre, halfway through, we just completely went off topic and started talking about psychology and artificial intelligence, and that was the rest of the interview. Just talking about what I was really interested in and what he was really interested in. And he should have thought that I was really passionate about technology and psychology and that kind of stuff. And it went well, I got the job, but it's just showing a passion about that's really, really important.
Cool. So, why did you guys pick Microsoft over the other big names in the tech sector?
So for me, I guess I'll start off. For me, that was really easy because I was an intern before I kind of come back as a grad. So I guess the question for me is, why did I kind of come as an intern and why did I come back? I think Microsoft's a really exciting place. It's always had a bit of a stigma in terms of what position it is in the technology industry, but personally, I think it's a really exciting place. Like we just said, there's so much going on here. There's so much to get involved in. There's so much to do, and there's a lot of excitement around the place. That's really it for me. No pressure.
So from my perspective, so I came out with a physics degree, so I kind of just applied to whatever tech companies had grad schemes. So there was more of a scattergun approach. I'm not saying that's the ideal approach, but I literally went, you've got grad schemes, sounds good, let's go.
Yeah.
So that was literally the entire selection process. It went well. I'm so happy that I ended up here.
For me, it was I think two factors. The first was I did a software engineering internship somewhere else. That wasn't a tech company, and then at the end of it I realised I wanted to work for a tech company, a specific tech company. So I was looking at different options, and after the HoloLens announcement I was like, this company's going somewhere, I need to apply. So it's just the innovation that was coming out of Microsoft at the time when I was applying made me realise that there's a lot going on, there's a lot I was interested in, and it seemed like a good place to be.
Okay. So what are your future aspirations in Microsoft or even beyond Microsoft?
Actually, this was really hard for me because I landed in the best team ever. So I'm just sitting here thinking, so seriously, I'm just like, technical evangelism is so cool, but I don't want to do anything else for the rest of my life. That's what I'm thinking right now, which is probably a bad idea. I should really start expanding. And for that, I've thought about maybe moving to Seattle and working with the engineering teams back in Seattle, which is where everything comes out from. Redmond, actually, not Seattle, but so my inspiration is to move internationally.
Pretty much same, but I mean, so the beauty of working for someone like Microsoft, Microsoft's a person now, so an organization like Microsoft is that you get to have there's this massive reach that you know. I mean, you can go work for a startup and do awesome things and whatever, and then hit about 3 people in your entire life. Whereas if you start working in Microsoft and you start just the kind of reach that you can have with customers, with people in general, is huge. Because Microsoft touches every industry across the globe, really, and you can just get such kind of wide-ranging impact. So for me, I'd love to, likewise, go over to Redmond and contribute. There you go. And contribute in the healthcare space specifically, and kind of make a difference in the
This is
world.
going to sound like a broken record because I'm the same.
We're all in Seattle.
Exactly. Now, I want to go over to Redmond and be part of the product group the same. I think you guys have exactly said it. The reach that Microsoft has, and how many products and different things you can get involved in.
And you can have a lot of impact when you're working from the mothership.
Change the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our aspirations to change the world.
So, is there anything that you didn't know when you applied to Microsoft that's now become almost second nature to you?
I think we kind of spoke about it earlier, but I think how open the place is and how supportive everyone is. There's always a stigma of these kind of corporate cultures that you're kind of at a desk all day, that it's 9 to 5, and then you go home and you have your friends outside, and I think there's some really great people here.
It's nothing like that, really.
Yeah, it's a great fun place to work, and it's just a really good place and good fun.
Not being in a corporate atmosphere, I guess. So I used to work in a very corporate place for my software engineering internship, and here it's complete opposite. I have complete flexibility, so that's become kind of very much second nature. But trying to answer the question a little better, public speaking, I wasn't very good at it. I didn't want to do much of it. But now it's second nature. I can't wait till the next time I'm on stage, which is really weird. But yeah, I love it. It's public speaking is my second nature now, which is weird. It's a weird thing. Go ahead.
Asking questions from me.
Second nature.
You never.
Yeah,
I
actually,
used to be someone who kind of just sat and did my thing in a in a kind of silo.
that's a good answer.
Yeah,
Should've
it's a
used
really
that
good
one.
answer, actually.
Ask
job.
loads of questions. Yeah.
Okay. So we have time for maybe one more question.
Okay.
So, each of you, what are 3 words to describe your experience at Microsoft so far?
That's
Only
the
3?
hardest one.
Only 3.
Describe your experience at Microsoft, you said.
Yeah.
Exciting.
You're gonna get all the best ones.
Can we use 3 like the 3ness?
Flexibility.
Can we use 3 ones?
Excitement, flexibility. Awesome. I don't know. I love my job, so it's different. I'm not sure how everyone else thinks, but yeah, it's just so much freedom. Yes, freedom. I have so much freedom in what I do. Yeah, I've taken 4
That's
out.
been
So,
great.
sorry. I'm just stealing
whole
yours.
dictionary.
I'm saving you. I'm
No,
saving you
really.
some effort here.
I think.
So now you only have to say 2.
I'd agree with freedom. I think. I'm trying to think of the word, but like this kind of wide-ranging, I guess.
Yes,
is the
I was
idea.
trying to look for
Yes,
that.
yeah.
How do you describe how open it is?
Exactly.
And free and flexible.
I think wide-ranging in the sense of what you can get involved in.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can't even
Prospects,
begin to
I don't
describe
know,
some of the different things
opportunities.
I've got involved in.
There's just too many words.
Prospects.
Too many
That's
words.
a good word.
Prospects.
Prospects.
Loads of prospects. There you go.
And we said a few times fun. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I come
sure.
to work every day and I know it's something that I'm going to get involved in with a team or whoever. It's always fun.
And it's always different.
Yeah.
Oh, different's a good one.
Different.
Variety.
Yeah,
Oh,
variety.
I'm so sorry.
Actually, I think challenge
Yes.
is
Yeah.
for me because I
That's
get
what you-
bored if I'm working at something that I know what I'm doing. So
Mm.
I'm pretty much
Yeah.
continuously in situations where I'm like, yeah, I have no idea. I'm going to make this up as I go along, and it's encouraged, and I think
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite
And
things.
there's loads of challenges.
Yeah.
So learning is another one. I'm
Yeah,
constantly
challenge,
learning things.
learning, innovation,
This can go on forever.
buzzwords.
That's a say.
There's so many words. There's so many words. Okay,
Right.
well, I think that rounds up our first session.
Cool.
So thank you everyone for joining us for our first of 3 sessions today. We have 2 more coming up. We have business consultancy and project management coming next at 1:30, and we have a sales for the last one that starts at 2:30. So if you're interested in any of these streams, please do join us. And thank you very much
You're welcome.
for giving some time to helping us with all of the future graduates, hopefully.
Good luck.
Fingers
Good luck.
crossed. Good luck, guys.
Thanks, guys.